Sorry for the little bit of stutter stop there. So, homeostasis. That's a really bad title. I'm actually going to change that right here on the fly. We're going to call it self-sabotage, because that's really the point of this talk here. Now, my job, for which I'm thankful for, involves a good bit of paper pushing. So one day, I had to look for a particular form for an account. Let's call it Form 3. So I looked for Form 3 for these particular accounts, and none of the accounts had Form number 3 like they were supposed to have. A large number of them didn't, in fact. So I sent off a large number of nastygrams to these branches saying, you guys need to get that form. And to the branch, they all replied saying the same thing. Byron, you're a handsome and fun-loving guy. That's why we're going to forgive you for badgering us about a form we sent in weeks ago. What? You sent it in? All right, let me check again. So I go and I do a search for each of the particular accounts. And there's form number 7, form number 12, and form number 53-2, and 37-A. All the accounts had a whole bunch of forms, and none of them had the form I was looking for, form number 3. But the response from the field was overwhelming. So I decided to search a different way. And sure enough, there was form number 3 on every single account. The very form that I was looking for was the one that was hidden from me, that I couldn't see. And it took some outsiders in order to point that out to me. So what are you looking for? What do you want out of life? Financial security, peace of mind, bacon double cheeseburger? But seriously, what is it that you're willing to realign your entire life in order to get? Because know this, once you make that choice, all sorts of forces, unseen forces, are going to rise up and work against you to that effect. We're going to talk about one of these forces today, and it's homeostasis. Homeostasis word sounds complicated, but it really isn't, so let's break it up a bit. Homeostasis. The prefix or beginning of the word homeo is just like the word homo and homosexual, same sex. So in this place, homeo means same. Stasis is like station, static, stay, one place. So taken together, this word means one place, or better yet, one or same environment, okay? It's usually used in biological processes. So here's a tip for you. Science says that we need to drink about 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day to maintain proper hydration. If you want to lose some weight, drink those glasses ice cold, and you will burn 123 calories a day without ever signing a gym membership. Why is this? Because our bodies always strive to maintain the same temperature, which is what? Exactly, 98.6 degrees. So whether you're climbing up the side of a glacier in Antarctica or watching your kids play soccer on a scorching hot field on a Saturday, your body's doing everything it can to maintain that same temperature. Your mind does essentially the same thing. All of us have a good deal of faith in where we're going to be an hour from now. If we didn't, we'd have a hard time taking in the understanding of what homeostasis is, let alone sitting in your chair if you didn't know if you'd be alive or dead in an hour from now. So homeostasis is a good thing. It allows our minds to keep a reference point. It keeps us sane, and it keeps our bodies in check. But when it gets rocked, it's a problem. I used to be an Army reservist, a part-time soldier ready to go full-time when the need became great. One day in 2003, while sitting at the desk of my brand new job at Raymond James, a fax came in from our Army unit with the word urgent written across it and big letters underlined and exclamation points. The need had just become great. I was to report to Alabama in 3 days' time to get ready to go who knows where. No big deal. No problem. I was a reservist. I knew this time could come. When George Bush got on the TV and said we were going to Afghanistan, I figured it was just a matter of time. But why could I not keep concentration that day? 105 thoughts per minute kept flooding through my mind, and eventually I had to go to my boss and say, look, I know I'm supposed to be working today, but I'm useless to you right now. When my stasis had been rocked, I could no longer function on what I needed to do right there in front of me. This is a picture of me. It's about 30 seconds after I made what I think is one of the most important decisions in my life. After, of course, my faith in Jesus Christ, my marriage to my wife, and the birth of my children. I made a decision that if I put the time and effort into it that I believed it deserved, my life would not be the same. So no wonder that 30 seconds after that picture, I was seriously considering undoing that decision, because my heart was pounding and my mind was racing to 100 thoughts per minute. And the glimpse that I had of a new life, a different life, a better life, began to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. Unfortunately, that night, cooler heads prevailed, and I was able to carry on with my decision. And since then, I've learned so much about myself, it's inspired me to share this little tidbit with you today. Know this, unfortunately, sometimes life is war, and the opponent that we have to often fight is ourselves. So let's hope that when the day of the battle comes, that hopefully, now let's make sure that on the day the battle comes, that we surrounded ourselves with people who can see what we're looking for, even if we cannot.
Wow, thank you, Byron. It's a great speech. So please leave any comments you have for Byron. I didn't realize we don't